Bishop Sycamore.
Do you want my hands like this, like that?
Just be natural. You don't have to try.
Coach Roy Johnson told us they had a number of Division I prospects.
Too high, tip, intercepted. Thanks to the pick six. Into the end zone. He'll waltz in, and that will do it.
Do I look like a con artist?
Ohio was embarrassed by this. They called the thing explicitly a scam. And then said they couldn't do a damn thing about it.
Bishop Sycamore does not happen if there wasn't an abundance of money in high school sports.
Let's go!
Did I break a law? Is it illegal? Am I in jail? We're on ESPN. Win, lose, or draw, we win.
Oh, go ahead. Do your little intro.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 3 of season 3, Earth2 Sports Talk with Weds and Mo. I am Mo. Yes, I'm Mo. And
I'm Weds.
You can't see him, but that's definitely Weds. The intro for this show is different because this is week 1 of the NFL, so that's what we're supposed to be focused on, right? But my friend sent me a message, was like, yo, have you seen BS High? You should watch it. You should definitely check it out and then talk about it on the sports show. So I was like, oh, damn. So I hit up Wets and I was like, yo, you good? He's like, yeah, I'm down. And so here we are. We about to, but don't worry. We still going to do our show. We just going to do it a little different this week. So we're definitely going to start off with our picks. You know, we already got the picks in early, so we can just get off and just show our picks and talk about them real quick. And then we're going to do
you'll go with the picks first or the documentary?
No, picks first, documentary, and then we'll end the show with, we're going to pick 4 games, right? We're going to pick 4 games, and we're going to talk about the odds and all that stuff. So we got a show for you, a regular show. It's just we got something we want to talk about in the middle of the show, you know.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So first things first, obviously week 1 of the NFL is upon us. Starts on Thursday. Oh my God. Thursday feels super long from today. I kid you not. It feels, you know, when you've been waiting on Christmas.
Listen, bro.
The night before.
It's too early. I don't want to cry. Like, I'm 2 days away. Like, I'm almost there.
The most wonderful time of the year, bro. Like, we're about to fucking start. You know, like... all right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, football is about to start.
Now in my feelings.
Oh man. So
I got to say goodbye to my kids. Like,
you ain't shit. Anyways, so football's here. Week 1 of the NFL is upon us. This is obviously, you know, if you watched the show before, you know how we do our picks. That we show you the sheet, we go through the picks, we talk about them. But because we want to talk about Bishop Sycamore in the middle of the show, we're gonna kind of run down our picks real quick. So that's the sheet. Take a look at it, get it in, and we're about to go. Wedson, these are your picks. Call them out.
Oh, easy. Like, let's you. Can you put the sheets back up? Like, put the sheet back up because I could. Yeah, there you go.
All right,
talk about because I remember every single pick. Like, it's an easy pick for me because I mean, Chiefs versus Detroit. Again, I don't know why at this point anybody would bet against Mahomes. It doesn't seem, you know, to make sense at all. So that's an easy pick. Atlanta did a lot more moves in the offseason than Carolina. I don't know what they did. So Atlanta, easy pick. Cincinnati at Cleveland. Yeah, I mean, Joe Burrow and Jamar. Again, I think they're easily, I want to say a top 3, 1-2 combo in the league. Mm-hmm. I mean, the only thing you can think is Mahomes and Kelsey and maybe Kirk and Jefferson. So yeah. So, and Jacksonville and that other team that you don't like to mention.
Fuck them. Sorry.
Yeah, that's an easy pick.
Right.
So that's an easy rundown for me. Tampa Bay, and I mean, I want to see what Baker Mayfield do. Like, but I don't expect much because
there's a little bit of curiosity there. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah, it's like hey, I'm curious to see what happened, but I'm not hopeful. So, you know, let's see what happens. So, you know, easy. Right. So go with Vikings on this one. Tennessee, I don't know what to do with Tennessee because Tannehill seems like it's like at this
He
point,
doesn't win football games, but then he just wants to keep collecting money. It's just so weird to me, bro.
yeah, it's like we don't know at some point. Like at some point we're looking at Tennessee as like one of the best teams in the AFC, and that was it. We just thought about it for a second, and we're like, nah, Tannehill's the quarterback, and we don't, it's not gonna work. So Niners and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is going to be an interesting team in that division for me.
Right.
Like, because I'm curious to see, what they do, especially now that, it seems like they have like an idea or, like an identity. And of course, Mike Tomlin is going to, shape them up. So, no. So, but I still going with Niners. Went with Commanders because Arizona is tanking on purpose.
Baby.
Ravens because they got Lamar, and Houston is Houston. I got Bears against Packers.
Right.
I like Justin Field more than I like Jordan Love, and yeah, easy pick for me. So who else? Yeah, I went.
Country.
I went with Broncos.
That's
I went
right.
with Broncos because I don't trust Garoppolo.
Nobody does.
So Philadelphia, Denver. I said Philadelphia, Denver.
Easy dub.
No, Philadelphia, New England. I mean, at least Philadelphia is doing the courtesy of beating them at home, so they don't have to travel, after the ass whooping.
Mm-hmm.
Miami and LA. Hey, they both hot as hell, over 100 degrees, so they know how to survive in that heat.
Right.
Let's see what with Dolphins. Rams and Seahawks. I got Seahawks.
Let's go.
And Giants. Cowboys at Meadowland. Was it Meadowland still? MetLife. I was there last week.
You were just there, bro.
Yeah.
This is the start. This is the start of your bet, by the way. This is the start of your scammy ass bets. Oh man, I can't believe you watched the whole documentary on Wedson. Keep going.
Bro, I wanted to start the show because I wanted to hit you with the line first. I wanted to hit you with the line first.
No. I think that's why. I think that's Providence. That's why I didn't start the show. Then. We were gonna get to this Cowboy. There was no way once we got to the Cowboys game that it wasn't gonna. I wasn't gonna throw that line out to you.
Bro, I was gonna throw that. I was gonna throw the scam thing at you first. Like, we just watched a documentary on your brother. Like,
nah, he's from. Isn't he from Brooklyn? Chill out, bro.
I know that nigga, right?
If you say so.
But yeah. So I went with Cowboys. And I don't know why, because I don't have faith in the Cowboys, but I also don't have faith in Giants.
We all know you're feeling on New York sports, bro. You don't have to go. You don't have to go into
bad and worse. Like I'm literally like like ripping my hair out, like
stuck
trying to choose two teams I hate, like stuck in the middle. Like I don't care. And Buffalo, I'm gonna go with Canada's team.
Right. All right, that's what's up. I think we pretty much have the same picks. Kansas City, even though Travis Kelce isn't going to be in the game, may not be in the game. I just don't know how you pick against Kansas City at home. Atlanta, they're hot, they're young, they want to win.
It's too early,
you know what? Let's go.
It's too early.
Cincinnati, obviously, that's an easy pick for me. Jacksonville was an easy pick for me. Minnesota was an easy pick for me. We kind of just started, so you haven't missed anything. We just started. Yeah, we're kind of gonna go. This is kind of gonna be different a little bit because we're gonna do the picks real quick, and then we're gonna discuss the Bishop Sycamore show documentary right after we do the picks. But we'll bring the picks back on screen so that you can put your picks in. I wish there was a way to you know what? I think there's a way to pin the comment to YouTube, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think there's a way to pin it to YouTube, and then once we do that, I don't know. I'm gonna figure it
Yes.
out. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Washington. I mean, San Francisco was an easy pick for me. It actually San Francisco wasn't an easy pick for me because the same reasons you put. Pittsburgh is a very very different looking team this year.
And
Last year
discipline.
they
And
weren't sure about a quarterback situation, but they
yeah,
finally figured it out with Pickett. And Pickett to Pickens might be a thing this year, bro. We might be yelling
yeah.
P to P all
And
day,
but the thing is that means like the AFC North is going to be a very interesting division
bro.
because
Yeah,
Cincinnati is still like trying to claim the top spot, but Lamar got his money and he's ready
yeah,
to
and
ball,
hey,
and
yeah,
and
drunk,
and we're hoping he's going to be healthier this season. So
yeah, yeah, drunk. Go ahead and drop your picks in the comments. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Yeah, you're in this. You're just as much as in this as we are. Um, Obviously, as you said, Arizona sank in. Washington got an easy dub on their hands. Unless for some reason they find a way to lose that game, which listen, the Commanders have
we
been
all
known
talk
to
about the
do.
Commanders here, so
Right. Baltimore, easy dub. Green Bay, Chicago, that's another game that was kind of difficult for me to pick,
Mhm.
but for the same reasons, Jordan Love and
Justin
uh
Fields.
Justin Fields. Yeah, it's a toss up. I'm intrigued again with Green Bay just to see what Jordan Love does.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Broncos country was an easy pick for me. Philly was a dub for me. Miami Chargers was a little bit of a toss up. Same reasons. They're both kind of the same team.
Yeah, yeah. It all depends on
It all
what the
which
quarterback does.
quarterback, yeah, which quarterback decides to show up.
Yeah.
Seattle, easy pick. Dallas, same for me, bro. I don't know. It was a hard choice. Finally, Monday Night Football. I wasn't trying to be different. I
Hmm.
just think this might be the first season where the Bills don't win that division easy. I didn't say they don't win it. They just don't win it easy. That's how I
Oh
feel
no.
about the season.
Oh no, no, no. I actually understand that because from looking at practice and what's been going on in off season with training camp and stuff like that, and you've seen that the team still has a little chemistry issue going on. So
Yes.
the Jets. So
Yes.
which means if the Jets take let's say a quarter of the season, what it was like 17 games. So if they take like 4 or 5 games, you know, 4 games to figure it out.
Right.
Let's
But
say
I think
you
Aaron
know,
Rodgers has to come out this season hot. Like the way he fluttered out last season,
mhm.
he can't he can't go you see the thing is Aaron Rodgers is also that quarterback that, kind of even though it doesn't seem that he picks, he picks up his play as the season goes. It
Mhm.
kind of looks like that sometimes. I don't in this division you can't do that though.
The
In,
best
in
way, the best way I can explain Aaron Rodgers is he's Kanye West, which means that he's just like we look at him as just like, oh my God, he is such greatness because again, Aaron Rodgers might be outside of Mahomes the most perfect quarterback we've ever seen, in terms of talent wise alone. Like
Mhm.
he has an arm, he can move with his legs, his IQ is ridiculous. He's so great at football that we want him to be as great as we expect.
Right, right,
But
right. But
then,
then
but then,
he
but then
becomes
he's like,
Kanye West a little bit.
exactly. But then he's like, but I don't care because I am as great as you think. So it's
Right,
like,
right. And then he takes it off a little bit. No,
yeah,
you gotta put he cannot. The reason I feel like he cannot do this in this division because you're not playing the Bears twice. You're not playing so it's the Bears and it's the Bears, them,
Lions,
Minnesota,
the,
and the
the
Lions.
Bears, the,
You're
the
not
Lions,
playing
yeah,
the Bears twice.
you're
You're
not
not
playing the
playing the
Lions
Lions
twice.
twice. And the reason that's 4 games, right? I'm gonna
Yeah,
maybe say Minnesota, you take one game, right? And they take one game.
yeah.
You're not playing Minnesota twice either. So listen, that's it right there. That's it right there, man.
All
That's
right,
it right there. So
I,
like,
I I respect it.
I just feel like he can't do that in this division because
But
Miami,
but you know,
you're
but
playing
you know it
Miami
is so.
twice. You're
But you
playing
know
the
it is
Bills
so.
twice, right?
And even Belichick, who
You're gonna
he's
play
not
him
gonna be
twice.
great. He's
You
a
don't
pain in the
know.
ass.
You don't know
You
which
don't know what you're
Patriots
gonna
you're gonna
get.
get.
What you're gonna
Yes.
get. So but it's like the things though, like with Aaron
All of a
Rodgers,
sudden,
like yo,
Mac Jones gonna be doing the gritty in the end zone. Yo,
Like,
if Mac
like,
Jones does the gritty against Aaron Rodgers, bro, I'm done.
nah, but I'm thinking about it though.
Oh,
Like,
that's for you, Whitson. That's not for me. That's for you. Oh, is that for me? Because
keep
I
that
picked
same
the Jets
energy
to
when
win.
Dolphins blow at Jets.
I think I picked the Jets to win.
Yeah, you
And
did pick the
okay.
Jets. Yeah,
So that's for
yeah,
me.
but like I said, for me, I'm like, yo, but it's like, yo, some quarterback, right? For example, a guy like Tom Brady, you could say is not the most gifted quarterback we've ever seen. I know you hate me when I bring him up, whatever, because he's not athletic. You know, you don't see him move well outside the pocket.
Skip Wetson.
But somehow he finds ways, you know, like, okay, forget Brady. Let's use somebody more recent. Mahomes. Mahomes, like you can see, like, you know, if you don't see him, you can see if you see Mahomes outside of, you know, football, you're not gonna think Mahomes is like this, you know.
No. If you see Lamar Jackson outside of football, you're not gonna think he's anything. If you see Tua
Yeah.
outside of football, you're not gonna think.
So you know,
like,
so it's
yeah.
like, so it's like, so a lot of times, like, you know, some guys they don't give you that, you know, they don't give you that. So again, with him, it's like we want him to be something he's just not. We hope that's what it is for me. We want him to be something he's
I
not.
feel you. So before we, so this is the pick'em sheets again. I'm gonna post Wetson's picks. I think the biggest difference we have is the last is Monday night game, right?
Yeah, Bills. Yeah, I got Bills. You got Jets. Yeah, that's the only difference
picks,
we got actually.
Right. The Patriots. If you know what, please, like, please, bro, follow us on social media so I can see this shit, bro. I'm begging you right now. I'm begging you right now, bro. All right, so that's the sheets right there. That's the picks, and now we're about to get into the shits because this is the shot where I kind of want to get into this shit real quick. So hold on real quick.
IMG to kick off to Bishop Sycamore.
Do you want my hands like this, like that?
Just be natural. You don't have to try.
Coach Roy Johnson told us they had a number of Division I prospects.
Too high tip, intercepted. Thanks to the pick six. Into the end zone. He'll waltz in, and that will do it.
Do I look like a con artist?
Ohio was in.
You know what's crazy about that fucking clip, right?
Mm-hmm.
He looks at the camera and he asks, "Do I look like a con artist?" The answer to me is no, right?
Mm-hmm.
But bro, he pulled off, maybe, in my opinion, the sickest con I've ever seen anybody pull off. We're about to discuss BS High, Bishop Sycamore. BS High is so funny. The Bishop Sycamore documentary.
Bro, here's the thing.
And hold on. This is how I want to discuss it, right? We're gonna talk about.
I just want to say one thing first. Before we go to break down. The whole time I'm watching, I was like, "This is as close to a real life villain as I've ever seen on camera."
You know what? And that's the question, right? There are two villains in this. So I think the way I want to break this down is we're going to talk about the story, right? We're going to talk about what he was trying to accomplish. We're going to talk about him, and then we're going to talk about and then the question I want to ask is football the villain? Again.
That's interesting ass question. Damn.
Because why I say again is because, you know, the whole thing with concussions and CTE and the NFL trying to hide that, and then the NFL not paying its older players, and the whole collective bargaining agreement from from a couple, and then everything that football does, football finds a way to make itself the villain, right? And then if you look at this story, Bomani Jones in the documentary says Bishop Sycamore. No, it wasn't Bomani. It was like one of the reporters was like, Bishop Sycamore doesn't happen if there isn't money in high school.
If there was so much money in high school football,
bro, high school football. That IMG got sold.
1.25 billion.
Bro, that's a high school football. A high school football program, bro. Billion with a B. That's insane. In 2021, they reported a income of like 79 million. High school fucking football.
Damn.
And high school players make $0.
Nothing at all. Nothing.
Right. That's why a lot of these
It's not even a scholarship. It's not even a scholarship because it's
Right.
high school.
Right. But which is why a lot of these parents are putting their kids in all these like special programs where they could get NIL deals, right? These 7-on-7 games that or these teams, like these. It's kind of like the basketball version of what's that thing called? LeBron James kid played. What's the basketball program called?
What? NWCP? Which one?
No.
NCAA.
No. The one where the high school kids play and they're not high school teams, but like the twins that got drafted, was it 5 and whatever they played in that league, AAU. It's like football. Yeah, there's a football
AAU.
version of AAU, right? It's not the AAU, but it's like these 7-on-7, like when these court. So a lot of these parents are doing that instead of sending their kids to high school to go play high school football where you run laps in the Georgia heat and die, and he helped me out with it. It's so Bishop Sycamore doesn't happen if that money, if IMG wasn't making $79 million, because I don't think this guy would pull the con that he pulled, which again, I'm not excusing him from being the villain because he's a fucking villain. Just finding out what he did to his children, 18, 19-year-old kids. He's a fucked up villain, bro.
18, 19. He got to some of them young.
So because again, Bomani said on the documentary that Bishop Sycamore also happens because it would only happen to black kids, and it had me thinking for a little bit, right? Because it's like he went to these disenfranchised kids and said, "You played football, you probably want to play." Yo, and right, they did. You played football. You probably don't have like a great living situation. Your house, this and that, and the third. Come play with me. I'm gonna put you up in a hotel. I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. Like he promised these kids all these things. Imagine if you didn't have 3 square, bro. Then someone comes to you and says, "I got this for you, and you can. I got this for you, and you can play football at a level where I can get you to go D1."
Yeah.
It's an easy sell for a lot of children.
Bro, what's crazy? There's a guy on YouTube, Flemlo Raps. I think I've sent you his videos before. Mm-hmm. He does like a lot. He like break down videos like, what happened to this player? How did this player, get into the league?
Right.
I'm gonna get into that in a second, John.
Yeah, that's another good question.
And so he's like, how did this guy into the league and stuff like that? And he would do like breakdowns, and almost every single one of the stories something with like, like they were in a lot of them were in like a bad situations. They needed like an escape, and they chose football as their escape. Their coach became like like a second parent, and the coach encouraged them, got them to work hard, helped them out, helped them bring their grades up. Then they get them into a school, and like a lot of these guys get into school and they start thinking their coach. So it's like, that's a lot of stories of guys that made it. So when it goes to
if you're watching those stories and someone comes to you and says, "Hey, I got you,"
you're like, "Yo, this is what I've been waiting for."
Sell. And so I guess it brings us to this question then: is he a villain or is he a necessary villain? I don't think he's just a flat out villain. There's no, because if you were a necessary villain, I think if you call him a necessary villain, right? All the things and all the cons that he did and everything that he pulled, it's necessary because it shows the lapse in how, like how so much money is being made in high school football. These high school players are not making any money. It shows the lapse of what, like, especially for Ohio, it shows how the OSHA program doesn't really they called him a scam, but because they put him under a Christian school, they can't regulate what he did. He's not in jail, so he's a necessary villain because he didn't. Yeah. You can say if he's a necessary villain, then he didn't do anything really bad. But then he's a villain because you're stealing from these children. You're charging them $12,000 to come to your school that is not a school. You're making them open PPP loans. You're making them default on those loans. You're you're getting these players evicted. At 19 years old, you get an eviction notice. That stays on your record. If you want to go get a fucking apartment, they look at your record and now they see an eviction notice on there. Like, do you understand? Like, you are a fucking villain. You're fucked up. There's no thing that you can do or that he can do or say to me that's gonna make me believe that he did any of that for the good of the kids.
Absolutely
The story might be
not.
sold as he
Absolutely
did
not.
it as he did it for the good of the kids, but there's nothing about what
But
he did
again,
that
but
is
the
for
thing
the
is,
good of
though,
the kids. A
Mo,
necessary villain would be that. A sympathetic villain would be that. He's not sympathetic at all. He has no empathy. He's fucking sick. He's
Mo,
laughing. Go ahead.
the
Go ahead.
entire time in the documentary, he kept telling you the problem was he was insecure. He was insecure. He was angry, and he was an extremist. That's how he started.
Right.
He goes when you add all those things together, you know what you get. He goes, he's resourceful. He's an extremist, and he's like, so yeah. Basically, from the start of the show, I was like, yo, this guy's a fucking villain. Like, I know exactly what he is. I've seen this kind before. I've seen him in every politician ever. Like, I've seen this villain before. Like, and I'm listening to him. I'm like, this lie is not new. He's not special. He just pulled something that most people didn't think of. Like, and when they were saying, like, it's like, yo, he's like, oh, how come they didn't have laws against this? He goes, and then I think in the beginning of the documentary, one guy said, yo, there's no law that says you can shoot a nail gun into your knee. You just don't do it. He goes, so they didn't think they had to create a law to say that don't do this. Like, it's something you just don't do. So that's all it was. So it's like when you say, like, so that's why I can't say he's a necessary villain, because a necessary villain would have done something that benefited the kids in the
Everybody.
long term.
Yes.
Like, in the long term. Like, let's say you started a scam school, but you actually did something like kept grades. You actually did some kind of academics, and were to prove that the kids actually learned something, and it wasn't just a scam to make you money and bring you infamy. Like, so yeah, not a necessary villain at all. So
And the also crazy part about him being a villain is at the end of it, he was arrested for stealing from Walmart. Like, he was arrested for stealing from. Oh my god!
the problem. The problem with arrogance is it makes you forget your own mortality.
And then tweeted after he stole, like, oh, I'm coming back. Bishop Sycamore is coming back.
Yeah,
You know what? I actually believe that. I actually
yeah.
believe that I think the documentary may be the worst and the best thing that can happen to him.
Give me a second, bro.
All right, the worst thing that can happen to him might be the documentary, because after this, I think he will double his efforts. And I think the best thing, when I say the best thing also, is because now I think he can kind of get some sort of backing. Like, somebody's going to look at him and say, "You know what? We can actually back you on this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You can do this." Oh, hey, Wedson's kid. Hey, little Wed.
Oh,
But
okay,
yeah,
you want to say
hi. But yeah, I think my homeboy was a good MLB linebacker who got no and went to Minnesota just to play somewhere before he pulled off the purpose.
That's exactly what
Exactly.
he does.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what he did. Because then there's that one dude that went to JUCO and then came out of JUCO to play for this high school. Like, bro, he just and the craziest thing is every level,
Yes, that's me. Yes. Yeah,
every
that's
every scam level just kept getting higher and higher and higher. That's like from the hotels. And he was there perfectly for 3 months. As someone said, you're in there for 3 months and then you're out.
he's a real life villain.
Bro,
Like, everything
I
he
bet
did
you
was like to scam people. Like, everything he
right.
did.
I bet you, Edson, he can get people to bet on Dak Prescott throwing 10 interceptions or throwing less than 10 interceptions for this season, and get $200 out of them. I get you.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Like, I appreciate you all. This was a good show. Mo decided to be a jerk tonight, like every night, but he started early. Like, I think we're like 20 minutes into the show.
I guess I'm the necessary villain right now because you're the actual villain that's getting people to part with their monies. Like, bro, we are in a recession, depression, whatever we are in. Inflation is kicking people's ass, and you here stealing $200 from your friends. That's fucked up.
How?
That's really fucked up.
How?
You're stealing $200 from your friends because
How?
you're asking them to put money on Tony Romo throwing less than 10 interceptions this year.
Tony Romo?
I'm sorry, not Tony Romo. Dak Prescott throwing less than 10 interceptions this year.
Okay.
Exactly.
How does that make me the villain? I didn't do anything.
All right. He didn't do anything. You know what? He didn't do anything either.
This was a legitimate bet that somebody because Dak said it. He said he's been working on it, and his fans believe him. Like, how is that?
People got to be dumb, bro. People got to really, really be dumb.
Well, has it been done? Has a quarterback thrown less than interceptions?
Aaron Rodgers, didn't he go like 7
multiple times? He threw 5 one time. He threw 5 one time with 45 touchdowns.
Yeah. He went off.
Exactly. I think when Peyton did his 55.
No.
Okay, let me bring the other one on camera so
No.
No.
I'm about to kick you off if you don't put your kids on the show, bro. Not you trying to pull a Steph Curry on the pod, bro.
I'm just saying. I'm just a thoughtful father. Trying to make sure that
Here we go.
My pickups are good. So I can feed my kids. So that's all it is.
Feeding your kids. All right, bro. All right. You know what? Let's move on, man. We done talked about Bishop Sycamore. Let's move on. So, something that I think we want to do as well this football season is we're gonna start doing we're gonna pick 4 games in the week. We're gonna put out their odds and we're gonna probably play predictions. I mean, we both bet on sports sometimes. Shout out FanDuel. They got all my money last year, but oh, by the way, that's not a sponsor. Shout out. That was just me talking about.
It better not be because the way they be robbing us, they can't be a sponsor. Like, we're sponsoring them. Like,
facts. Maybe if I bet a couple more times this season, you're gonna be seeing FanDuel ticker on the bottom of the show instead of just what it is. But yeah, so I feel like we're gonna do a little odds and predictions. So the first, I want to do. Here's how I want to do it, right? I want to pick Thursday night game. I want to pick Sunday night game, and I want to pick Monday night game. I don't know what game in the middle, or do we just do those 3, or do we pick one more game and do 4 games?
1 second.
Like, what other game is as interesting as those games?
Okay, so let's see. You said Thursday night. You said Monday night. That's easy.
And Sunday night.
You said so Thursday night, Sunday night.
Yeah, the big primetime games.
Yeah, but so we need a 1 o'clock game.
Yeah, I feel like we do need a 1 o'clock game. What game do you think?
The most interesting 1 o'clock game, or the only interesting 1 o'clock game I'm seeing, honestly, is probably like maybe Bengals and Browns.
Wow,
because
really not San Fran and Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh does sound interesting. So for me, it's a toss up between those 2.
All
because,
right, so let's start the Thursday night.
It could be trash.
Right, I feel you.
Yeah.
I bet. Just put your picks in, bro, before Wednesday.
I bet.
We got you. I appreciate you watching, bro. We'll see you next week. We'll probably try to start earlier next week because somebody had technical difficulties. Anyway, so we're gonna start with the Thursday night game.
Detroit African scammer.
Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here are the odds. The spread for Detroit is plus 6.5. Money line is plus 240. The over is 54. The over is 54. Kansas City is obviously minus 6.5. Money line is minus 290, and the under is 54. What are you doing for this one?
Okay, I'm going Kansas City over 6.5. They win by more than a touchdown.
Wow. So you got the spread as more. So you're going spread on this one.
Yeah.
Ah, wow, 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 wow. Because of how Detroit scored last year, I
Mhm.
want to take the over 54. And I feel like I'm going to slap myself if I do that. That's kind of sounds
You
stupid.
forgot the big thing in Detroit, the backfield. They had Swift and Williams.
True,
They have
true,
neither this season.
true.
So
So
now it's down to Jared Goff and what's his name?
Amon-Ra.
Yes, Sim Brown. Yeah, I'm like,
Ah,
and I love Sim Brown. I love watching him play.
no,
But
thanks for saying that. I'll take the under 54 because Travis Kelsey's also not playing. So I would take Kansas City under 24 in that one. Under 54 in that one, my bad.
yeah,
That's how I would do that one. That was yeah, because I just remember that Travis is also not playing that game. So
yeah.
oof, that
So
was close. See, now I'd have locked that shit in on FanDuel and I'll be kicking myself in the face like, why would you do something so dumb? Whole time I didn't discuss it on the show. You know what? I'm a probably like doing these
yeah,
episodes now
it's easy
because
for you
now you
know.
can like go back and forth with someone a
Yo,
little bit.
everybody win, bro. Everybody win.
You win,
FanDuel
I
been
win.
robbing
That's
long
what's up,
enough.
right? Oh God. Um. Oh man, but people are saying because again because of the last time Jared Goff and Patrick Mahomes met, it was
Mhm.
Goff was on the Rams and it was a 54-41 win. That was in 2018. Also, I mean, I don't know. I don't
It
you
was
know what?
also it was also the
Uh
Rams.
it was the
Like that
Rams,
team
bro. It was
was
yeah,
a
that team
stacked
was loaded.
team.
Yeah.
Their defense was monsters. Aaron Donald, thought like he was the god of football.
Yeah.
So
That over looks so good though. But it's not the same. It's not the same lines. It's not the same lines. You're right. You're right. So
these
we
are the same
picked.
lines, bro.
So we picked San Francisco and Pittsburgh. That was the 1 o'clock game we're doing.
Yeah.
All right. So let's look at that one. San Francisco and Pittsburgh. Oof. Oh, so that one, right? Point spread -2. San Francisco. San Francisco point spread is -2. Money line is -140, and over is 41. Pittsburgh money line is plus 2.5. Money line is plus 120. The under is 41. I would do. I would definitely do the under on this one. I would definitely do the under on this one because I don't know about that San Francisco's QB. It's still my biggest question mark.
Brock Purdy.
Uh, yeah, Brock Purdy's still my biggest question mark. And like
Why?
you said why?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't trust him, and
The
I don't
kid can
trust
throw.
you.
Like he when he played last season,
I'm
the man
I'm
didn't lose until what? Until like
until the,
when he's like his ninth week.
didn't they lose to the Cowboys?
All I know is he won like 6 or 7 games,
I
like
mean,
before he
he
lost one.
lost in the playoffs, so it doesn't fucking matter to me, bro.
Yes, it does. It means like, and again, he's coming back with even more experience, and
I don't know. I'm taking the under, bro. The under looks more enticing. Under 41. I mean, I don't think these teams are gonna light up the scoreboard. I think it's gonna be a drag.
I don't know because I think San Francisco once they start scoring one way, they start scoring other ways as well. Like once the run gives us, starts going well, all of
Mhm.
a sudden, the field is wide open, and Brock
Right.
Purdy love a long pass, when possible. So
So what are you doing then?
I'm doing the under. I'm not stupid.
You did all of that to pick the under. I'm fucking dead, yo. You're annoying as fuck. You did all that talking just to pick the under. That's
Yo,
crazy.
when is the last time you seen a Pittsburgh game like light up the scoreboard, bro? That
Right.
doesn't happen,
It
bro.
doesn't happen often, bro. It doesn't happen at all. Was it Sunday night? Sunday night game is the Cowboys and the New York Giants. Dallas Cowboy point spread 3.5 negative 3.5, money line negative 175, over is 46. New York Giants plus 3.5, plus 150, under is 46. Dang.
Mm.
I picked the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, I think we both picked the Cowboys.
Yeah, we did. Oh man.
Okay, for me actually, okay, I picked the Cowboys.
I'm going over.
I'm going over 2.5. I'm going to cover the 2.5 spread.
Right. You think
But
okay,
I'm not
I
going
think
over
the spread is
46
gonna
though.
get covered. I think the spread is
Yeah.
definitely gonna get covered.
Yeah, the spread's going to get covered. So
You
I
think New York covers the spread, or you think Cowboys?
Cowboys cover the spread.
Wow.
I think
I
Cowboys
like
cover the spread. I think Cowboys cover the spread, but I think under 46.5 for me though.
damn under 46.
The first game
I
back
mean,
in the season.
they both got it. That means they both.
I think they're both going to be like a little bit rusty, and
So
especially
you don't think
such a rivalry
you don't
team.
think they both putting up 3 touchdowns?
Even if they both three touchdowns, that's 42.
Couple field goals.
Not a couple field goals, maybe one, because Cowboys are not known for their field goals.
Oh man, the over kind of looks really good on this, but I think the spread is covered. But the over kind of looks over 46 looks really good, but the spread definitely covers. I think I'll go spread here. I think I'll go spread on this one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going spread.
I think spread makes more sense. Monday night football.
You got Jets. I got Buffalo. Ooh.
Oh man, this is. I'm taking the over, bro. I'm taking over. Buffalo Bills spread negative 2.5, money line negative 135, over is 46.
Negative 138.
Oh wow. I guess it shifted.
Yeah.
New York Jets spread plus 2.5. Money line is plus 115. What's yours?
Money line, you said plus what?
The Jets 115.
Let's see. Yeah, 115.
All right. And then the under is 46. I'm taking the over here, bro. I think they both put it up. I think they both put up points.
I'm taking under. You know why?
What? You're taking under. But you're taking
under.
the Bills. You're taking the Bills under 46 points.
Yes. Because both their defense, I think both their defense.
Bugging.
I think, bro, Jets defense was pretty good even last year, and I think this season they got even better. So their defense is not gonna let Buffalo run for full touchdowns, especially when we know right in the nick of time, right at the perfect moment, right when the game is right here on the platter.
Buffalo and the Jets.
Throw it to the end zone. Yeah, throw it to the end zone. Joshua Allen will find a way to throw it to the other team and lose the game. That's why I'm not taking the over.
I don't know. Nah, I like the over on this. I think they both put up at least 25 points.
Nah.
Easy.
Not with their defense. Not with their defense, bro.
Whose defense?
Jets defense.
He still did it to the Jets defense last year twice. Buffalo's
defense now. Even with
but I don't trust Buffalo's defense.
Why? When has the defense not shown up?
When has Buffalo's defense ever? Like, I'm not talking about the backfield. I'm not talking about the corners and the safeties because they got that. I'm talking about the front because you got to rush Aaron Rodgers and you got to get him off the spot. If you can't touch Aaron Rodgers, he's going to destroy you. You know that.
But here's the problem.
They're both putting up.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I think that's the easy. You see, this is why I think the Jets win.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I think the Jets win. I think Aaron Rodgers makes the play at the end of the game. Like you said, Trevor because he's white. Trevor Allen could lose you the game by trying to be heroic, right? You give Aaron Rodgers that ball back. You have the game.
Time on the clock. With 46 seconds on the clock in the timeout.
And I think that's the field goal. That's the field goal because what was it? The The spread is
2.5.
2.5. Yeah, that's the
Yes.
field goal that wins the game. Yeah, I like the Jets to cover, and I also like the Jets to take the over.
Over.
That's how I do this. And you
Okay.
said you take the cover and the under.
Under. Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
For Buffalo.
We'll
Because
see.
Buffalo, we know Buffalo love a field goal, so
Right, they do.
they're dramatic
They
like
do.
that. So
They do. Oh man, Kyle, you missed it. We just covered your guys, man. The Ohio school, the Bishop
the BS
Sycamore.
high.
Yeah, BSI. We just covered that, and then we decided to go back and talk about the real football again.
It was real football. It was
Come
just,
on, man.
it was just, the con artist,
Bro,
some greatest con
did you
artist of all
see
time.
what IMG did to them, bro? That's embarrassing. Like when ESPN analysts in the middle of a game start saying, "This might not," like, can somebody throw in the towel? Like when they start saying stuff, like, bro, they beat them boys, bro. Oh God. If I was on Bishop Sycamore, I am definitely not coming out for the second half.
No,
I'm done.
no,
I would have been it, bro. I'm not
they
coming out for the
beat
second.
them like you know
They
how
beat them like
like
they stole something. They beat the shit, dog. They
it
did,
was abuse, bro. It was
bruh.
abuse.
Facts.
Yo, they ran them off the field like on every single down. I was like, damn.
Dog.
But then again, they had no plays. They didn't have a coach.
They got
These
that
guys
shit
in
off Madden.
practice.
Like that, but you understand, like there were so many red flags, but again, this is how you know you're dealing with children. There were so many red flags, bro. So many. Like you're leaving the hotel and the lady's like, "Do you know why you got kicked out?" But it doesn't register because the season is over.
Yo, that's a level of like.
All right, bro.
And the whole time though, he's sitting there like, yo, like I did nothing wrong. It's like, bro, the level of like delusion and like you gotta be like on to be like, you did nothing wrong. Nigga, have you lost your damn mind?
All his fucking marbles, bro. All of it. All of it. All of it. But nah, that's the show for the week. We're gonna come back next week with our regular format, unless something happens and we got to talk about it again. But we're gonna come back next week. I do like the way we ended the show with the He was, but then if you think about it, the reason why he's able to do this stuff is because.
Wow. I did not see that one coming.
I didn't see that one coming. But again, the reason why he's able to do this stuff is because one, like he was unchecked and he was unchecked by the law. There's no law saying he can't do what he did at all. So it just sucks that he put kids in danger to do what he did. That's the sucky thing about it.
That's the terrible part because it's like if you want to be, reckless,
A
if you want to
scumbag.
be
You're a scumbag.
yeah, again, if you want to scam sports programs, please, but be my guest. You know why? Because they exploit kids all the time.
Yeah.
If you want to exploit sports program, be my guest. But abusing kids, like especially abusing kids situations to do it,
That was evil.
You're a different kind of evil. You're a different kind of evil, and it's like where this
every
come
step
from.
of the way he felt validated. And you know the worst part, because he said, "Win, lose or draw, I won."
We win, yeah.
Because I got
we on
Michael Strahan. I got Michael Strahan to call me, and now I'm doing a documentary with you. That's someone that knows.
Yes.
Oh no. Nah. There's no fucking way, bro. Like you would have to see if any one of these kids had a decent father.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Or even if they had one, this wouldn't have happened.
I'm pretty sure. That's the thing.
He knew
I'm
who to
pretty
prey
sure
on.
he knew, yeah. Because there's no way. Because there's no fucking way if my dad was home that he won't look into any of these situations. So if my parents were, because again, it's one thing when your parents are super busy, or your dad is super busy. Because you're a single dad, they're super busy trying to get money and trying to feed. Like maybe you have a couple other brothers and sisters as well. Okay, at least you're not my problem right now. Someone is taking care of you. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's yeah. I mean, pretty much. We talked about that.
Yeah.
AAU programs do the same thing. And the worst part was his partner, the guy who sat next to him and looked at those kids cry and say, like, bro, this shit broke me. And then just again felt nothing for it. Nothing.
Because these guys were not like these guys didn't set out with good intention and
No.
happened to get lost
No.
in the process. These guys who set out were on the like
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
they were
Like,
on a path. They were on a villain path. Like they were like
yeah,
they were Thanos, acquiring, like collecting
Infinity
stones.
Yeah,
And
these
infinity
and these
stones, they're
kids
trying
were
to
the
figure out,
stones. Yeah.
exactly, just decimate one place, go to another, decimate that one. He went, he went to these impoverished neighborhoods. He went to high school where these kids got rejected, or their grades were so bad they had to drop out. He went to neighborhoods where these kids were playing football in the streets, like after they were rejected, he's like, oh, you know what? I know you. I went on Twitter. Well, I got an opportunity for you. Like, it's like, bro.
Oh, that's the one that fucking hurt me.
Yeah.
That kid, oh man, that
That's what I'm saying. Like,
got the opportunity, and then when you finally get the opportunity to redeem yourself and come back, you went to Bishop Sycamore. You didn't go to a high school. You didn't graduate high school. So
it's like, yo, it's like,
and he it's not that he didn't have the work ethic. It's not that he didn't have the proper skill set, because for him to get looked at by Hugh Jackson,
yeah,
you have something, but something else blocks you, and that shit is sick. He's a special kind of sick for that.
Yeah, no, he definitely is.
But I do like the way we close this show out. I mean, we're going back to talk about Bishop Sycamore, but I do like that. I think we should do that every week.
No, I think absolutely.
Pick 4 games out. Look at the odds.
Thursday night, Sunday, Sunday
the big marquee
first
game.
half, and then Sunday night, and then Monday night.
Yeah, so look at one of them. Either it depends. 1 o'clock game, whichever one of the stick out importantly. But yeah, I do like that. So I'm looking forward to next week's show, so I could brag about my winnings from this week's show. Thank you very much, Wetson. Thank you, Drunk. Thank you, thank you, Kyle. This was great. We will definitely catch you next week on another episode of Earth2 Sports Talk. Weds. Peace.
Play ball.
There you go. There it is. There's a winner. Look at that. Back. Gone. We have a chance.
Showdown.
Yankees 12, Red Sox 11.
He's gone. He couldn't go.